Is our body the trash can for our feelings, or do we work through them? Which one we doing? Y'all won't get me on camera answering. No. But I'm working on myself. That's all I can do. I don't eat Airheads, so why is it in the back of my car? That ain't got nothing to do with 75 Soft. Didn't want to lie. Just finished. I don't have the skills to go there and eat rationally. Okay, so I have to do things to set myself up for success. Who's making the rules? But I'm all wet up peppermint. They say she smell good. That's just cause I'm babysitting. Reflection in the mirror, don't decline. I can't even. Alright, so it is June 1st. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law. I mean, it's just always somebody's birthday. Yeah, so it's the first day of the 75 Soft challenge for me. That don't mean it gotta be the first day for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, and also happy birthday to Tori of Simplicity is Tea. Or I think it might be Tori Denise, but happy birthday to her as well. If you don't start today, or you know, because by the time I post this, it will not be June 1st. And so if you want to start wherever what day every day works for you, just feel free to jump on in and get with it. It's all up to you. So I'm on my way to do my first workout of the challenge. It's gonna be a run. This run is going to be 45 minutes of running, but it's split up. It's 15 minutes of running, then 1 minute walk, 15 minutes of running, 1 minute walk, 15 minutes of running. So that will be for a total of 45 minutes. So instead of just giving into my want to snack all the time, I've been taking the time to sit down and put pen to paper and kind of work through those emotions and work through the whys of those things. So like one of them, I was writing and I'm like, one of the negative thoughts that came up is, you know, why do I have to write? It's kind of pathetic to have to write to stop eating. Then, you know, as I look through that, like the shoulds and, you know, like the should, do's, and all of that, that's a cognitive distortion. There really are no shoulds or shouldn'ts. I mean, if it works, it works. And then it was like magnification, like seriously, let's look at it like this. And not that any of these tools are wrong. I'm not saying any of them are wrong. What I'm saying is, when we look at this addiction, we look at this coping mechanism, when we look at this behavior, whatever you want to classify overeating as, there are people who take medications for this. There are people that get surgery for this. And none of those tools am I saying are wrong. What I'm saying is, girl, you can pick up a pen. Like, this is a serious thing. This is something that takes people out. This is something, this could get much worse. You're not, this rabbit hole goes deeper, baby. You are not as far as this can take you. So you can pick up a pen. That really is not like asking for too much. You know, I'm like, this is just because I don't want to have to need help. I don't want to have to be vulnerable with myself. It's one thing, because it may seem like, oh, well, you're vulnerable, you're transparent on here, but you have to also take into account everybody's level of transparency is different. So and level of vulnerability. So if you're, I'm not gonna say you, but if a person's level is a lake, then deep to a person whose level is a lake and deep to a person whose level is an ocean are different, right? So it may seem that I'm going deep, but it may not really be deep to me or feel deep to me. So it really is about your perspective and your level of depth that you personally have. But anywho, oh, these people over here running hard. I'm acting like it's my park. But like, anyways, so yeah, I'll be sharing those with you throughout the week when they come up as well, like different distortions that come up when I want to eat, because it's a practice. And it's not like that I always have to write it. At some point, the goal is to be able to just automatically do that. Like, okay, so you're feeling like you want a snack. Are you really hungry? Or is this a way you're feeling? Did something happen earlier that you now want to seek comfort in food for? Like, let's get to the nitty gritty. What are we doing? Is our body the trash can for our feelings, or do we work through them? Or do we stuff them down with food and keep them as fat and you still got the emotions? Which one we doing? And I have to ask myself that. And that's really what the writing is. Asking myself, which one are we doing? Are we going to work through this? Like, what is this? Because at this point, I don't know a true hunger, like what true hunger is versus me wanting to eat for some other reason. So I'm working through that. I'm growing. I'm learning. That's where I'm at with it. And that's a good place to be, because that's really the only thing I think that's going to last long term. Yes, I can do a diet, and yes, I'm going to show you those. I'm going to show you the me eating, me working out, you know, the meditation, cleaning. Those are the things I'm going to be doing. Reading, all that. But that part right there, that's probably that part that will be unique. I don't know if, you know, a lot of people, they say, well, it was diet and exercise. That's the kind of the what to me. But how? If it was that easy, we wouldn't have this. People wouldn't be always year after year trying to lose weight if diet and exercise was easy. There are some people who carry fat more than others. There are some people who have to wear their addiction on them. There are some people who smoke cigarettes and they don't necessarily have to wear their addiction on them every day. And, you know, we smell it and eventually they may have some issues. But this is just, we all have coping mechanisms and they're not that much different from each other. Some people don't have to wear their shopping addiction on them. But this is something that shows outwardly, but that doesn't make it any different than any other thing that people use to cope with life. Most people are using something to cope with life. Whether that be social media, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, shopping, food, whatever. I gotta go run.
You want to boss up your life?
But yeah, as I was running, well, when I turned my camera off, I was like, dang girl, you went into your native tongue with it. Like, I started like, you know, that voice was coming out. But I'm like, honestly, I know, you know, it's YouTube and, you know, there is a, you know, sometimes you feel like you want to be like, hi, oh my God, today we're doing 75 hard or 75 soft. It's going to be a great day. Come do this with me. But that ain't really so if a person can't understand me and my voice or the way I speak is getting on their nerve, then yeah, you know, it's probably somebody else for them out there. And my thing is, the person who I need to talk directly to needs to hear it in my native tongue. You feel me? They need to hear me say it like this. And I'm speaking to her. So if you know, you can't hear me through how I'm saying it, what can I do? What can I do? I'm not here selling records. You know what I'm saying? This is my hobby and I ain't gonna make it hard. You know what I'm saying? Because then it'll be a job. This is my hobby. So yeah, this is what I have to give. Hope it helps. But yeah, that was like that one. I don't want to make these talking sessions too long, so let's just get home, get something to eat. Okay, so I'm just gonna have the protein shake. It has grapes and blackberries in it and some protein powder. We need to go to the store. That's number one. I was gonna have some oatmeal because it was a longer run, but I don't feel like I really need it. It is 9:10 and I will be having lunch around noon, so I feel like this is good enough for right now. It is Saturday, so I probably do need to hold on to those calories for lunch and dinner. Even if we do go out or whatever, come what may, I'm still gonna be eating how I'm supposed to eat. I'm not going to be using the word discipline or dedicated. I want to use a kinder word. I feel like devotion. I'm devoted to this. And so I'm going to do it. I feel like devotion and devoted comes from more of a loving place than discipline. Dedicated, like they can be, but I don't know. Devotion feels more feminine. It feels less of this go, go, go. It feels more like growing into a beautiful tree or flower versus building a house brick by brick. You know, it's just like more of an inflow with who and what I am. Yeah. Hi. So I'm thinking that the 10 minutes of decluttering today is going to be my car. I'm on the way to take my car to, I'm getting new tires and an alignment. And I have a son turning 16 and we got lots of months before that, but it's time for him to learn how to drive. And you know, he don't really need to learn on this car where you kind of have to hold the steering wheel to the left, you know. So so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for him, and I guess for myself. My husband has already left, honey. I guess I was moving too slow and I started rushing out of the house, like, but I had to kind of calm myself down, slow myself down, like, no, he has his way of doing things, and if he want to be there, honey, my car is the one, this car is the one need the tires. But if he want to be there earlier, it's free, he's free to go. But you need to fill your water up because you got to drink 2 to 3 of these. And if you don't get started, baby, it's about to be 10 o'clock and we don't know when we coming home. If you don't get started, you're gonna be behind. So get your water, get your camera, get your stuff, and then you will be there, you know. And I'm still gonna be 2 minutes early, so you know, I'm really also, what I'm learning and what I'm deciding is, you know, the world is very male, like they want you to be masculine in your doing, like want to move fast, do this, do that, instead of like flowing. And sometimes you got to take a step back to get back into who you naturally are and get back into flow. I don't know why they moving so fast because I'm doing 40. What was I saying? We got to stay in flow, and that's what's important. I could have done my meditation, but I'll do that later. I want to get to where I'm doing it in the beginning of the day because I think it's going to help me with my day. Because like right now, this lady is right on my ass. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to bleep that out because I didn't mean to say it so harsh. But I want to go off on her. And maybe if I would have meditated, yeah, she saw me do that and she backed up a bit. But I want to go off on her, but maybe if I would have meditated, maybe it'd be the better. I don't know. Maybe I would have had a little bit. Yeah, because get over. Anyway. So, see, that's what I'm saying. I want to start my day with the meditation because I feel like it would be helpful.
As you take this opportunity right now to settle into a comfortable position, take a moment and thank yourself for showing up. Showing up for yourself, your mind, your well-being.
So, Let me just go ahead and take it off. Or let me put it back on. Oh no. Oh. My word. What was I about to say? So, that meditation was good. One of the things that it was saying, ooh, am I cool with this or I'm not cool with it? I'm not cool with it. I'm gonna just go back to my, could y'all please hold real quick? Hold on. Just please hold. Okay, as I was saying, I did the meditation. One of the mantra that she was saying to keep in our heads while we were doing it was, my decisions today will impact my tomorrow. My decisions today will make up my tomorrow, or something like that. But so true and so fitting with what I'm doing right now. So I was gonna go right into my book reading, but I'm really hungry. If I get my food going, or I find out, I don't know, because my husband might be making something. That's the thing. So let me find out what he is planning on doing for lunch, because I might be getting on that bandwagon. Hey, are you what you making for lunch? Are you making that guacamole for lunch?
Yeah, I was gonna make it with a bow.
Okay. Do you know what kind of meat you're using?
I'm gonna use crab.
Crab. You're not gonna use the crock pot?
No,
Okay. And you gonna make rice?
no.
Oh. Okay. Before I figured out what I was doing, I wanted to see what you was doing.
All right.
All right, babe.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
He talking about thanks. I'm the one who called him. He just used to saying that. People be in their work mind. So I'm not eating that crab. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm gonna just make my chicken. Out until my birthday to not be able to do this in the festival. Am I saying that right? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do like this. I really hate jumping on calls. I know you're trying to swing by for something, whatever. Like I need an immediate answer. I don't have time to see how long it's gonna take you to take. Okay, so I'm working in this workbook, and just to let you know, it is I don't know if I said that before. I probably did, maybe not. But it is a Christian-based book. To the importance of, I'm just letting you know, it's scripture-based book. And they refer to scripture a lot when they're talking about boundaries. Because the thing is, and also the way I've always been, the type of Christianity and the type of church that I've been exposed to, boundaries, that wasn't a thing. So the way that they use scripture and the way that they talk about scripture as in boundaries being something that is a part of being God, about what God wants you to have and you have to have, and the structure of that, versus being a sacrificial lamb and just being nice and doing things that you really don't want to do. It's talking about doing what's really in your heart. Yes, love people, help people where you can, but don't take away the things that they should be doing for themselves. And so if somebody has something that they're supposed to be carrying and I carry it for them when they are able to carry it for themselves, I'm not really doing them a service, like my kids. So if I clean their room for them, and that's something that they could be doing themselves, and that's something that and we talking about, I have teenagers. If I go in there and I'm cleaning their room, then they never learned the skill of cleaning their room. I've done them a disservice. I'm responsible for teaching them how to clean their room. I'm responsible for making sure it's done, for showing them so that they develop that skill. I'm not responsible for doing it for them, and I rob them of the opportunity to learn that. So and that's applied to everything in friendship and things like that. Like, my friends are responsible for creating a space where I want to be with them, and that they're for being kind people when we interact and things like that, but they aren't responsible for making sure, like, for me and my emotions. They aren't responsible for me and my loneliness. That's not their responsibility. Their responsibility is to, if they have extra time, then being a place where I can land, but they aren't responsible for the things I should be doing for myself, which is therapy, working in this workbook, talking to my husband, going for walks, working out, making sure that I'm a safe space for people. They aren't responsible for that. That's what the book is talking about. But anyway, this part was saying question listed in the introduction. So it talks, these are the questions that this book is supposed to be answering. Can I set limits and still be a loving person? What are legitimate boundaries? What if someone is upset or hurt by my boundaries? How do I answer someone who wants my time, love, energy, or money? Why do I feel guilty or afraid when I consider setting boundaries? How do boundaries relate to mutual submission in marriage? Aren't boundaries selfish? Is it difficult for me to hear no from other people? Do I tend to want to control other people when I don't get what I want? And so now it's asking me some questions. And I'm going to go ahead and answer these two next questions. Which of these is the most questions have I wondered about? So the questions where I'm at, because the top, I've kind of already dealt with that in my head. I'm like, where they start off, start off talking about a person who, you know, she's taking on her mother's loneliness. She's not setting boundaries with her kids, and they acting up. Her husband is immature, all that kind of stuff. All that, I let that go when I was younger. Like, I'm very comfortable with telling people. I can say I'm very comfortable with telling people no, but that's not true. I hate to have to tell somebody no. That's the thing. I've used to be where I would just do things even if I didn't want to. I moved past that, but now I'm at a point where I hate to have to tell people no, and I get mad about it. Like, how dare you ask me something that I gotta now tell you no? And that's because I'm not comfortable with a no myself. And so I'm working on that. So I'm more at the bottom of this because aren't boundaries selfish? I don't even really care if they are or not. Like, I'm trying to save myself. You hear me? I'm trying to not be crazy. And you're going to need me to have these boundaries. Okay? Because it can get crazy. But anyway, these last two are the ones I'm on. Is it difficult for me to hear no from other people? That's where I need to be. Because also, it's difficult for me to hear no from myself when it comes to this food situation. And so, but I can't clear up one thing and not clear up the others. That's what I'm also learning. Like, it's all connected. Do I tend to want to control other people when I don't get what I want? Y'all won't get me on camera answering. No. But I'm working on myself. That's all I can do. So I just got my bowl here with, it's just chicken and rice, and then some mostly just sauces that I added. But I added like some kale chips and stuff like that in there. But I usually would have my veggies to go in there, but I didn't make none. So that's that. So I just went ahead and logged my lunch, and well, I logged my breakfast earlier, but I decided to move over from Fitbit to MyFitnessPal because I haven't found a way to like save a meal in Fitbit to where I can just quickly put it in the next day. And since I'm relatively eating the same thing for days at a time, I would like to just be able to plug it in and move on. So I'm going back to MyFitnessPal for that. So yeah, lunch was 415 calories. Oh, I wanted to say that make sure when you're putting in your rice, stuff like that, you want to, a lot of the calorie counts are for uncooked. So if you're thinking you're getting a cup of rice, and the rice has expanded. It's different. Cooked versus not cooked is different. So I made sure that I put cooked because I waited when it was cooked. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Hi. Yeah, I'm back here in the back seat because when I went to that place to get my tires, get new tires, I had threw all the stuff in the back seat. Yeah, I'm doing my 10 minutes of decluttering. They said my alignment was they said my alignment was perfect. It was just the tires being messed up that was pulling my car. Oh, it's hot up in this mug. Where's the keys? Let's have some music. I can't believe that I went to this girl's house for a sleepover, and we was gonna perform at a, what is it called, talent show, and we practiced this song all night. I never had heard this song before in my life, and I learned it, honey. I don't think it was appropriate looking back for elementary school children to be singing this at a dang at a talent show talking about what's it gonna be. What's it gonna be? I can't pretend. Don't you wanna be? Why her mama let us perform that? Don't let go. Have the right to lose control. I'm supposed to do these 10 minutes count. Me and Romeo ain't never been. It still got some mascara up in there. This. I've been looking for this. Woman, hey. And I want you to be my wife. I don't eat Airheads, so why is it in the back of my car? Quite a bit of money back here, honey. Knees for you, baby. Oh, Casanova. Me and Romeo ain't never been friends. Can't you see how much I really love you? I sing it to you time and time again. So, it is 5:52, around 3:45. I did have a snack because when I talked to y'all, I think I was at like 700 calories. And with that run that I did, those 45 minutes of running earlier, I was just feeling a bit depleted. So my head was hurting, and I knew it was a true hunger situation. But what I did, and what's most important for me in those situations, because I do have 3 meals and an optional snack, but what's most important in deciding if I'm gonna have a snack or not is deciding if I need it, and if I do decide to have one, making sure that it's a choice that makes sense, like not no pizza or something dumb, pizza, chips, nothing like that. I'm just at 837 calories, so I didn't really push it up that much, but I just added on because for lunch I had half a cup of rice where I would normally have a cup of rice. So I had like 1/4 of rice, and I had some more chicken and basically just added to what I already had. It was the same thing I had for lunch, but I added more because I was dead wrong for eating less than I normally eat on a day when I had done more exertion. So that was crazy. So yeah, I still have calories. There are a couple of things I didn't put, a couple of sauces that I haven't added, but they won't be anything but like maybe 100 more calories. So I'll still be under, I'll still be needing those 1,000 calories for dinner. So it's raining. My husband was talking about going to a food festival. I'm trying to think if I want to have a salad beforehand, like have my dinner before we go, or do the right thing there, or just go there and get through it, not get anything, and then once I get back, eat. I'm not sure. I think the best plan is to probably go in it without eating calories, because even if I do make a mistake there, at least I have it. I'm just messing with stuff. I should be straightening up in here while I'm sitting here, you know. But so this a bit of extra decluttering. No. I guess I ain't got nothing to say. We'll see what ends up happening, you know. Look at all these empties I got. This is my second empty of my way. And this is empty. Why am I keeping them? I be keeping this one. I need another one of, so that's why I'm keeping that. My way, I've gone through 2 bottles and I'm finally sick of it. I'm finally sick of it. 2 bottles plus I had 2 or 3 of these. Yep, because I got another one of these somewhere. But yeah, I've used up at least one of these too. My way was that girl, but now I need another one of these, honey. That ain't got nothing to do with 75 Soft. Alright. I'll check in with y'all later. Bye. Didn't want to lie. Just finished. Yes, gone. My second water. So I'm going to have another one. I don't know if I'll finish the third, but I have my 2. That's all 80 ounces. But I'm going to also, I said 2 to 3. So I've got time for another. It's 6:04. They need to figure out what they're going to do. Because your girl likes to have her food in her. But I'm not really like at a starving point right now, which is good. Every time when I get on the phone with you all, I start fidgeting and stuff. All right. And I did some decluttering on this table. I can't show it to you right this minute, but I'm gonna have to declutter each one of these drawers. So we got plenty of stuff to do over these 75 days. Plenty of stuff.
You can go on my website now, and I want you to tell me what I do, because if you're not able to tell me what I do, it's not clear yet.
Good morning. It's Sunday. I was about to go work out with the walking group that I walk with at the park on Sunday mornings. I'm late now. It's 7:54, but it's raining, and I just saw that they canceled it. So I'm gonna go back in the house. Last night went well. I think I showed y'all dinner. It was only around 500 calories. I ended up only eating 1,500 calories yesterday, which I will not be continuing down that road, because yeah, I can do it for some days, maybe even a week, but eventually that will lead to a binge probably. So because that's just too far of a deficit right now. So just, yeah.
Who else we got? This boy, he's something else, honey. He go to everybody channel and say hi. And I think that's all he do is say hi, and he move on. I don't think he even watch our videos, but I'm just saying. But he is very...
That's Queen. Sweet Life of Queen. This is my drink, honey. It has protein powder, the Orgain peanut protein powder. Then I have half a banana, chia seeds, spinach, collagen, creatine. Did I put my creatine in here? I don't think I did. And I don't want to double up. I'll just have to start tomorrow with the creatine. But that's what's in here. Oh, and grapes. Yep. To have to juggle both of those things, and I want to that this will help me with my time management, and another 18th launch day, things will be where they need to be. So that's that. And then I also want to hone in on creating a routine and staying organized. I feel like that kind of ties into the time management goal that I have. So working on that. And I don't know if you guys know, but June is lipedema. Oh, like rewatching my own content is slightly cringy to me. I was talking about this yesterday. Here go another one of those my ways that I done used up. I don't know why I'm trying to keep it. Like, I'm trying to put it back. It's trash. Kinda. Because you can refill this. That's why I got so much. Struggle with it, and I do think that I will be able to lose an additional 6 pounds. So those, and I don't want to forget him this time around. If y'all know what I'm saying, like, I don't want to do that last time. So if that makes any sense, it makes sense to me. And I'm gonna have to go through each of these on a different day and make sure that they're cleaned out. Subscribers. So last month I told you guys that we started at like 29 point in the year when I do like a two shorts kind of supersedes that for me. Like, we'll see how that goes. And then once again, because this is part of my business, I put, you know, my product pre-sale launch on the 14th. So yeah, I do like a mid-year check-in. 80% of my videos I hope to have non-sponsor because it just works better for me. Having different income streams to diversify my income, so that is also something that I am actively working on for this year. Is to take 3 road trips. I want to go on a beach vacation. I don't know why I'm itching to go to the beach, but I do want to go on a beach vacation. And I do want to go on a cabin vacation maybe later in the year. So those are my 3 travel goals for this year. And if you watch the vlogs, y'all know I just took a road trip with my mom. So we went to Charleston, Savannah, and Jacksonville. So that's like ended up going for a walk, which ended up getting my meditation done. Because I was listening to this podcast called For the Healthy Hoes. I didn't make up the name. Do I enjoy the podcast a little bit more because of the name? Yes, but I didn't make the name, so I don't want to hear it. But it's called For the Healthy Hoes, and it was about doing a reset. And at the end of it, she did like a guided meditation, like reset situation. And then, and I was already walking, so I said, oh, it made me think about walking meditation. So I finished up with her. I did the guided exercise that she had, and then I went on YouTube and looked up walking meditation and did like a 13-minute walking meditation, which I enjoyed. It is easier for me to concentrate with it being a walking meditation to like focus on get into that rhythmic flow and like looking at the things. Meditation is about turning those thoughts in your brain off, and I feel like I'm better able to do that, you know, in that setting. Do I also want to practice sitting still? Absolutely. So I may do another session today, or I may let that stand for today and just know that sometimes you can do a walking meditation. Or maybe you want to add in walking meditation, because I'm going to walk every day regardless. So why not get that in, you know it's done, and then have another session if you have time of the sitting meditation so that you have it. I'm not sure, because I wasn't specific on which one, or, you know, I didn't even think about that. I just said meditation. So we'll see. But that was really calming, peaceful. I'm about to wash my hair, and then I will do my reading and my reading and my journaling. I did some journaling. I don't have the journal up here, but I'll be back with you. All right, I wanted to say this before I put this. What's gonna be loud me putting this on my head for myself? So hold on. So before I went on my walk, my husband was telling me about, he still was wanting to go to that food festival. They have another day of it today. And he was like, can we go around 3? And I said, could we go around 4? And as I was going for a walk, I was feeling bad about like asking, can we go at 4? Because I need to, have it around a mealtime. Because then if it's at 4, I can be like, that's my dinner and move on. But when saying it out loud, it's like, it's just another hour. And do you feel like, he didn't say anything. He's just like, oh, okay, sure. He doesn't care. But because I want to be normal or a part of, what everybody else is doing, I don't want to have to make any accommodations or ask for what I need. It's like the same thing when I go to skate practice and I see a little kid and they like are getting mad because their parent is trying to help them skate because they don't know how to skate, but they want to do it themselves type of thing. Or it's just as simple as, I don't know how to swim, and I don't have the skills to go there and eat rationally. Okay, so I have to do things to set myself up for success. It's the same as if I'm swimming. I don't know how to swim. I'm going to need a life vest, and that is just the facts. So it's not a big ask, and I'm worth that. And I don't know, this obsession with wanting to be normal, wanting to be like other people, and being able to do what other people do, eat sanely and normally. I haven't done it. So you don't have the skill yet, and that's okay for you to ask for accommodation for yourself. It's not like you even ask for a whole bunch. It's not that big of a deal. Stop making stuff about. If somebody else needed to push it back an hour, it wouldn't be a big deal. So stop making it because it's about your food and your body wants to tell you these things. I'm not gonna get into that part, but it's just it's a big thing of not wanting to deal with this, not wanting to take responsibility for myself. Because if 3 p.m. comes, we go there, and then I eat, and then we leave there, and I still feel like, oh, well, that was snack time, or whatever my mind is able to convince me of, then I can blame, well, he had me go to this food festival. Nah, it's still on me. I'm responsible for myself, and it's okay for me to say what I need for me. Whew. It ain't gonna look no better with a Kroger bag. Let's just cover me up like this. Now, so it's talking about boundary clarification. It says, remember the story of Joshua. It's a guy in the book. His parents paid his bills, fretted over his circumstances, worried about his future, and exerted much energy to keep him going. Joshua didn't study, plan, or work. Yet he had a nice place to live, plenty of money, and all the rights of a family member who was doing his part. He was irresponsible and happy, and they were responsible and miserable. And remember how we helped his parents see that? We compared Joshua to a man who never watered his lawn. Whenever his neighbor turned on their sprinkler system, the water fell on Joshua's lawn. Their grass was turning brown and dying, but Joshua saw his green grass and thought his yard was doing fine. We suggested they define the property lines a little better and fix the sprinkler system so that the water would fall on their lawn. Perhaps then, when Joshua didn't water his lawn and found himself living in dirt, he would recognize that he had a problem and would do something about it. So then it asks these questions. Where are you watering someone else's yard while your own grass withers and dies? So just ask yourself that. It could be with your children, friendships, people you got calling you, and they don't never call you when something good going on. They only call you to talk about what they said about and how this person ain't doing them right and that person ain't doing them right, and you really need to get some rest. You really need to take a hot bath. You really don't need more headache because you also got this, that, and the third going on, but you're watering their grass and feeding into them. Well, you need to be feeding that into yourself. You know they ain't gonna never feed into you because you've been knowing them for years and they never stopped to see how you was doing. And you know they don't really have nothing that you want anyway. Sorry. Where are you letting someone else water your yard? So are you the one in friendships that is calling somebody and woe is meing on the phone when it's stuff that you need to work through yourself? Now, it's one thing if you have something that's huge, that you a load you can't carry, such as a death. You know, we need help when those kinds of things come around. We need our community. A breakup. Those are big loads that you may need. You may be going through something and need assistance with. But your daily task that you're responsible for, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're not about to call me about your friend that you know you're gonna talk to tomorrow, that's a relationship that you need to work on with her. That's like that ongoing stuff. You know, that's not really a burden that you should be bearing for that person. They need to go talk to that person about. Yeah, is it cruel to stop watering someone else's yard? Would it be cruel for a person who is watering your yard to stop? Why or why not? So my answer is going to be, it may feel cruel, but it's really helpful to stop watering somebody's lawn, because as a person who waters other people's lawns and people water mine, and it's not at times where I need them to, and I'm watering theirs not at times when they need me to, it does the person a disservice because they don't get to learn how to take care of themselves and how to manage their own emotions, time, money, all of those things. They have to learn on their own. So it's one thing to support somebody with a load that is too much for them to bear. It is another to take on things for them that you yourself you have to handle so for yourself. So yeah, they have to handle it for themselves. Those things are different. Yeah. Whoop. Wow. Looks delicious. I mean, it's Cincinnati's best. So I had a bite of the macaroni. It was good. This is not bothered. I ended up having one macaroni noodle and 2 spoons of ice cream. I had some of my husband's macaroni, so 1 noodle and 2 scoops of his ice cream. This is what I'm drinking right now. It's 5 calories. So yeah, I would count that as a win. Cause one, let's talk about this. I had planned to eat dinner there, but when I got there, it just wasn't giving. Like, it wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't giving, but it wasn't like, ooh, I want to eat dinner here. Like, there were no options where I could stay within my calories. One, it was so crowded. I knew that it wasn't a lot of like hand washing going on and things of that nature. And so I just really wasn't like in the mood. I just wanted to taste the macaroni because he said it was good. I wanted to taste the ice cream because it looked like something good. I was having thoughts in my head while we were there, like, am I going to feel deprived if I don't get my own thing? If I don't eat more, like if I don't try things, am I gonna not have a good time? Am I not having a summer? You know, and I was just had to have a conversation with myself, like, and we will write about that if it comes up. We will work through those emotions. It's okay to have an emotion. We'll just have it. If we have an emotion, we'll have the emotion and we will move on. Because the fact of the matter is that a couple of things. So one, my summer should not be about putting on excess weight or about food. That's not the metric of if I had a good summer or not. It has been, but it doesn't have to be. And I tasted the food. You taste one macaroni noodle, you taste them all. I tasted it. It wasn't like, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh, I gotta have a whole bunch. Or in the ice cream, I tasted it. It was good. I had 1 scoop. One spoon. I could have went with the 1 spoon. He offered me another spoon. I did take it and left it at that. And I'm proud of that because that is, I would say that is being eating sanely and normally versus, you know, not eating sanely and normally, with whether that be restriction or doing too much. So that was right there in that thing. And let's go to MyFitnessPal right now. And we will just say, there's no really way to count 1 macaroni noodle, but I will try. So I'm going to put this under snacks and I'll call it, what did it call? Mama Bears. And they probably not in here. Macaroni, but just in case. Macaroni and cheese, cooked macaroni and cheese. So for 1 cup is 200. I'm going to say I had like 0.01 of a cup. 0.01 of a cup. Oh, that ain't enough because that only gave me 2 calories. So let's say I have 0.1 of a cup, and that's 22 calories. We'll do that. And then ice cream, I'm going to, and so 1 cup, I'm getting 270. I'm gonna say I had 0.20 of that. 56 calories. And I kind of I'm gonna go back and add more to the macaroni because I want it to take 100 calories away from me at least, because just in case type of thing. So, but that's all it was. And I have 900 calories left. Who's making the rules? Today I chose to have a snack and it didn't get out of hand, and that is a high five. High five. Yeah, I got some, it's just chicken thigh, 4 ounces of chicken thigh, spinach, guacamole, pico de gallo, and tzatziki under there, and then some chips. It's 28 grams of chips. I weighed them out and they're 150 calories. This is my dinner. The total is $18.04 for today. All right, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for spending my first couple of days on 75 Soft with me. I will be recording all next week, but it'll be in the next video. So I'll see you there. And we got this. This is my third one of these, so I'll probably get to 120 ounces of water today, but I've already met my quota of, that's what I didn't put on the checklist. So if you see the checklist today that I just put up on YouTube, I think I forgot to put water, but I did it. All right.